this is the second big shakeup we've seen in essentially the last 2 months. It was just barely 2 months ago that we were sitting here talking about how Donald Trump had Corey Lewandowski, his longtime campaign manager, leave the campaign and was putting Paul Manafort in charge. And now here we are again with a new shakeup.
He has also brought in Steve Bannon from Breitbart News. Now, Breitbart News is a far-right website that has been at war with Republican leaders. That means the tensions between Donald Trump and Republicans in Congress are likely to get worse rather than better.
Steve Bannon has a record of telling Donald Trump to double down. Breitbart News has created this alternative reality where Donald Trump is always winning and his rally size matters more than his poll numbers. And Bannon has a history of speaking with various kind of high-level Republican politicians.
His power is likely diminished with these new moves. Bannon is a critic of House Speaker Paul Ryan and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. All of this taking the spotlight off of Trump's attempt to focus on policy.
It sounds like from this, especially with a Breitbart guy, Breitbart is scorched earth, win at all costs, and by costs we mean the worst things they can do. Now that's who's in his ear. What can that mean for building a coalition?
I think the Southern Poverty Law Center located or identified Bannon and Breitbart on their hate watch, right, as a site that is full of folks who are committed to white nationalism, anti-Muslim. So there are the words, and then there's the practice. And so I just think it's just an example of the insincerity of the Trump campaign and its difficulty, I think his real difficulty in growing his voter base.
You know, Bannon's a little controversial. You'll probably hear from a lot of people who's worked with Bannon that he's not the easiest person to get along with. He has a very volatile temper. And I should say, he's never worked on a campaign, so we'll see if he's actually there to manage a campaign when he's never done one before.
What's Trump going to talk about at noon today? What's he going to talk about tonight when something ticks him off? That's the question, Caddy, and that will be the question until he goes more than 3 days without setting himself on fire.